All right, then. There was a question on here. Keith wants to know, is Tony an Xbox guy or a PS5 guy? I've got both of them here. I've got a PS5, an Xbox X, and a PS4 over here. And I haven't played in a long time.
Rewind 89 says, who cares what kind of video game Tony likes to play? Just know he's the most handsome man next to Taz in AEW.
Wow. How about that, Rewind? Taz is pretty handsome. And let's get Taz back soon.
Well, why do you think he's just laying out of work like this?
Well, he's hurting.
Nah.
If you ever, you wait till you have to have a knee replacement.
Yes, Dan, it's live. We're live, Dan.
Okay.
We're more alive than Taz's knee. Do you think they put a robo knee in there, or is it a dead dude's knee?
I don't know what they did.
I do. They gave him a plastic gimmick, but it would have been fun to think that he had a dead guy's knee. Because, like, what if he got Bam Bam Bigelow's knee?
Wow. You know what? I've got a dead guy's bone in my neck.
I was wondering where you were going to say that bone was, because it was going to be an interesting rest of the show if you could remove it very easily.
No, I had neck surgery in 95, and they used a cadaver bone, and they also used a cadaver bone, and they used a bone from my hip in my neck. Look at them two beagles there. Look at them. Aren't they cute?
Wait, your hip bone's connected to your neck bone?
Apparently now it is.
Wow.
And there went Juventud, and there goes La Parca.
If you were going to get a neck bone from a person we've seen on Nitro tonight, whose neck bone would you want?
A neck bone. Well, you know, them wrestlers have taken some bumps, so I don't know how strong their neck bones are, right? I mean,
right.
So, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it'll have been, oh, here comes Mike Tenay. It would be Mike Tenay's.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, can you imagine how much porn Mike Tenay's neck has seen? So much porn. E's and B's YouTube says that explains your stiff neck.
Yep, that does. 1995. I can turn this way. Okay. I can barely turn this way. I can turn this way. Okay. I can barely turn this way. And I've just been so used to turning around. So, and then of course my head, after they had the surgery, my head kind of leans to one side, like this side here. And that's why Kevin Sullivan used to call me the human question mark.
Speaking of Kevin Sullivan, Dave McClay says, has Tony seen the 2004 Red Sox documentary on Netflix? Kevin Sullivan would have loved it.
Yeah, Dave, I haven't seen it. And you know what? I get it. 2004 was the year you finally overcame it all and won the World Series. I get it, over the Cardinals, blah, blah, blah. But who gives a shit? I love you, Dave. Watch out. Here comes La Parca, and boom. A tope suicida. We didn't even know the name of it at that time.
What'd you say? Well, you didn't, because you walked off the job. What were you doing in the back? Just jacking off, eating Totino's pizza rolls, or what?
Yeah, I was eating not pizza rolls. I was eating pretzels, and I was drinking some Diet Dr. Pepper. And then I had to go take a shit. And I also said a couple of prayers. Thank God there was no internet back then, or no social media back then, I should say.
Let me ask you this. When you're talking about eating pretzels, is this a bag of pretzels, or do you have an arena pretzel, one of them Fat Daddies with some mustard?
Fat Daddies with mustard.
So did you have a runner go get you that from a concession stand?
Nah, I brought them with me.
You travel with fat pretzels?
I travel with fat pretzels.
No, you fucking don't.
Oh, yes, I fucking do. How do you know what I travel with? What do you think I travel with now?
Just your strap-on. Last I saw.
I travel with
some negligee, some high heels.
Yep.
Blue Chew. I know that shit's in there.
Yeah. I travel with Alex Marvez. So that'll dispel this rumor that you started.
No, I didn't start it.
You started. See my dog? See my dogs right here?
You stole his job.
So you see my dogs right here?
Yeah.
If they were in Huntsville, Alabama, they would, first of all, they'd run over Ginger, and then they'd come bite your fat ass. Is what they would do.
Well, they'd get ran over because I'm not even in Huntsville.
Where are you?
I don't live in Huntsville. I'm in Guntersville.
Oh, you're in Guntersville. Well,
Guntersville. That's right.
Redneck A, Redneck B.
Well,
there you go.
I'm not going to take much more shit from a C student tonight. I'll tell you that.
Whoa, there you go.
Rewind says Tony travels with fat pretzels because it's a big dick move.
Wow, but
And I think Rewind's after your hog meat. I'm going to be honest with you.
Man, I don't know, man.
You think you're going to get out of here without a little kiss on the pecker?
Yeah. I sure do.
Dan is with us here live, and he says, I saw a shoot video from Bobby Heenan. He wasn't so kind to you, Tony.
Yeah.
Why do you think Heenan was so unhappy at WCW? I'm watching the beginning of the NWO, and he actually seems happy.
Yeah. So this has been a well-worn story that we've told many times on this telecast, but Dan, I'm going to tell it for you. Bobby Heenan was fired. I'm thinking 99, maybe 2000. And I got a call from Craig Leathers that told me, and I was home because I'd kind of checked out. And Craig Leathers said, we've just fired Bobby Heenan. I think you should know. And I said, well, I guess you want me to call him, because I was the guy in charge of the announcers, which I hated that job. And that job was only to kind of approve their expense reports, because being in charge of the announcers, you didn't make the call about who announced what show. That was Eric's call. And so I said, I guess you want me to call him. He said, no, he's been called. And he said, I just wanted to call you, let you know he has threatened a lawsuit against WCW. So I'm telling you, as your supervisor, you should have no more contact with Bobby Heenan. It's best not to. So I hung up. And I thought about it a little bit, and I said, well, you know what? I'm going to do what a good employee should do. My supervisor, Craig Leather, said not to talk to Heenan. I'm not talking to Heenan. I should have said, okay, I won't talk to him, hung up and called Heenan right back. That was the right thing to do, which I didn't do at that time. Heenan got very angry at me, very, very angry at me. There's some stories in there I've told before. I don't need to go into it, but it was my fault that he got mad at me. And I take full blame for his anger. But I do know that within the midst of his anger, he did lie about me, said of many, many lies about me. And that's fine. That's fine. We did get together in 2003, I think. We went to Cincinnati and did voiceover for a video game. And his mouth was in bad shape by that time. And but we did voiceover for a video game, and we kind of made up at that time. But I take full responsibility for it, for him being mad. He had a right to be mad at me, but didn't have a right to say all that he had to say. But you know what? The man's gone now, and I'm not going to speak ill of the dead. Unless when Dave Silver or Conrad Thompson pass away, then I'm going to get those motherfuckers and tell the world what I fucking think about them. I feel good. Thank you, Dan, for your question. So
that was kind of hurtful.
Dan must be new to us. Do you think he is kind of new to this?
He might be, but I'll rewind 89. He says, if Daddy Tony wants a little kiss, just come up to Portland.
Oh,
I'm going to be honest. I think you might be busting your slump here.
Okay.